Join us if your spirit feels snackish and slightly feral. Pull a blanket around your mortal form and drift into the soft, spooky chaos. This is Cult on Leave.
Hi guys, grab a snack and join us. I'm Kaylee,
I'm Sarah.
and welcome to the chaos. So Sarah, what's been going on this week?
Well, I bought a new pair of stripper heels and I'm fucking excited. They are glittery and blue, and I can't wait to make them fucking clap.
Nice.
That's sorry. You came in kind of strong there.
Nah, I like it. Some good vibes for today.
They are. I want to get back into pole dancing so fucking bad. It's such a good workout. I'm trying to convince Kaylee, y'all, to join me because we just want to be badasses and she just needs to be a part of this.
You know, I'm not opposed. I'm definitely not opposed to it, but I am so uncoordinated. Like, there's no way I'm ever gonna look cool on the pool. I'm just not, so.
Oh, I didn't look cool, but I felt cool.
Well, that's what fucking matters. I've been doing a lot of kickboxing on my VR, and I bet I look really
Exactly.
special with my headset on, punching the air. So, you know, a workout's a workout.
It is. It really is. I've been doing water aerobics and I'm trying to get into body balancing. And then I guess at my gym I get like a free training session, so I'm doing that tomorrow. So we'll see what it's like. I haven't had a personal trainer in a while, but it was just a free trial thingy, so we'll see.
Nice. Nice. That sounds fun. I have still been crocheting my goats to manifest my goat farm. Personal hobby of mine for the blanket. I really hope it works. So far I have seen 0 real life goats since I started. So maybe it just takes a while to get going. I don't know.
Maybe we just need to take another trip to Julia's and find some goats.
Oh yes. Yes. I'm sure she knows where all of the goats are located.
I mean, I have some time off I need to burn, so we definitely could do another trip. Just hop in the car and hit the open road.
All right, Julia, you hear that? We're coming. Get the goats. Oh my god. Never mind. If we tell Julia to get the goats before we get to her house, she will somehow have her whole yard, which is big, full of goats. So don't do that, Julia.
She will. She will. I mean, at least she won't have to mow the lawn at all. The goats would handle that stuff.
This is true. Maybe get some goats, Julia.
I also, for some reason, see hearing like this like cloak and the wind's blowing and it's slightly cloudy. And she just flicks her hood off and says, "Release the goats!" to the front as they just clean everyone in the neighbor's lawn. That was a bit extreme, but this time my mind works.
I see it. I definitely see it. Okay, what is your sacrifice for the week?
Okay. I've really been on just salt and vinegar chips. But I like them by themselves, but also I've really enjoyed making, like, you put them on on a plate, and then you put like some Parmesan cheese, and then you melt them a little bit. It's been really good.
Like a salt and vinegar chip nacho.
Yes.
I love a good nacho.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. So I may have bought a Costco-sized box of like individual salt and vinegar chips, and I may have already gone through like half of that box in a week.
Sometimes they just hit so hard. Like I will eat them until my mouth is sore. And then other times I'm like, why would I eat that? I don't know what it is about them.
Exactly. Normally, I don't eat salt and vinegar chips unless I have them with I go to Jersey Mike's and get like a tuna fish sandwich or something. But that's about it. But no, I don't know why. I've just been like craving salt, and those have been hitting the spot, especially with the Parmesan cheese. I'm like, oh.
My sacrifice for the week is a little bit plainer than that. Okay, it's really plain. I don't know why, but I've been obsessing with just plain cheese pizza. Like, I could eat that every night this week, and I would be very content. I did not because, oh my god.
Dude, it hits.
It
It
does.
hits.
This I don't know, something about the simplicity of just cheese, like, I don't want anything else. I just want, like, a good blend of cheese, and let me just have that, and that's yeah, make it plain.
That's that's all you need. I mean, honestly, if you have a good pizza, you have, like, the good crust, the good, cheese blend, and then a nice marinara on it or pizza sauce. There's this place, what is it called? It's a pizza joint called The Blind Onion. It's, like, off of Belmont or something. I think they have a few other locations, but, like, they serve slices, and when I went in there, I would just get the cheese slice because it was just perfection. They had, like, a pretzel type crust.
Yeah, I'm down for it. I order margarita pizzas all the time too, which is also very simple, very basic, and it's just if it's a good pizza, like a plain cheese or like a margarita with just the tomato and basil, it'll hit. It'll hit.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I That's been what I want all week. I don't know why. Again, did not have it all week, but cheese pizza.
I like it. I feel like we have good sacrifices. I am gonna say something though. We have already fucked up on our first episode. I guess we might be hungry, so went straight into sacrifices. We totally forgot to do a vibe check, y'all.
Oh shoot. I
So
might be a little hungry.
it's okay. Because you know what? We're going with it because this is what it's like. If you guys weren't aware, well, like, obviously you aren't, but we both have ADHD and one of us also has autism. So it's just fun all the time. But let me go ahead and just do a card pull here. Okay. Ooh. So we got the death card. I'm willing to let go of the past version of myself. Spiritual transformation, new beginnings, letting go, endings, change, transition, sudden or unexpected upheaval, release, cleansing, purging, revitalization, stripping away the worthless matter, liberation through purgat- purgata- purgation. That's what I was trying to say. Jeez.
Dave, leave that in there. It's funny.
I stumble on words a lot, man. I just like you think speaking the
Mm,
English language my whole life would do something, but it's hard.
I like it. I like it. We're butterflying.
We are. So now that we got the vibe, we talked about our snacks, we're feeling good. What are we talking about today?
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is a biggin' one. Might be a little too big for an episode, but we're gonna try it, see what happens. It's it's a wild ride, and it is still an active cult. So I'm just gonna
Hmm.
put that out there. I'm gonna put out there that we don't really endorse joining cults or like slave labor or anything like that. And people coming out of the cults that might, hear this or listen to it. Sometimes getting through trauma is seeing the humor in it. So don't hate us, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're pretty likable. I mean, not likable to necessarily join a cult, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So we are going to the west coast of New Zealand's South Island. Past the forest, past all of the cows, really past the point where your GPS is like, I don't know where I am. We're going to Gloriavale. It looks peaceful. It looks orderly. It looks like somebody said, what if we made Christian Commune but gave it the aesthetics of a 1990s school uniform catalog?
Hmm.
Because, yeah, there's uniforms, and I'm excited. How do you feel about navy blue?
Better than white.
Because it is navy blue outfits and the perfectly synchronized hymn singing and story so dramatic it powered an entire season of reality TV.
What?
Yeah, I watched it. There is a reality TV show about this. Vale is a commune built on devotion, sustained by obedience, and held together by a little old man that screams spiritual rebrand Gramps, and he deserved his own makeover montage. And the leader has since passed, but the cult is still happening right now.
Huh.
Okay, so we're gonna start with a little grandpa friend that started this whole thing. His
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah. His name is Neville Cooper, which
Neville.
I don't know what it is about a Neville. It sounds like they can't be scary, right? Maybe it's the whole growing up with the Harry Potter or something,
Yeah.
but I can't imagine a Neville being scary. Um, this Neville Cooper was born in 1926 during the Great Depression. What fun times. And he was born in Toowoomba, I hope I'm saying that right, Toowoomba, Australia. It is said his parents were very mean and argued a lot. And by age 12, he quit school and he was working in his dad's fruit shop like a teeny produce manager to make ends meet for the family. By 16, Neville was out of there. He left home, and by 21, he would, have his first notable mental breakdown when he failed to join the Air Force and his older brother died in the war.
Oh.
Yeah. This mental breakdown, it brought him to Jesus, though, don't you worry. His aunt that he was living with at the time brought Mr. Young Neville to church, where the Lord himself told Neville he got the job as a minister, supposedly.
Hmm.
So,
That's suspicious.
yeah, with this new employment from the big man himself, Neville also found himself a teenage bride, 16 to be
Oh.
exact.
Oh, so we're being creepy. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Love a good pedo. Ugh.
yeah. Her name was Gloria Perry, and they ran off together so he could preach his very hellfire and brimstone sort of way. Have you ever gone to like a true Southern Baptist church?
No, I've never been.
It
Give me
is
some insight on what it's like.
it is an experience. My family used to go down to visit my grandparents in Florida, and every once in a while they'd be like, "We're gonna go to church." And one time they were like, "We're going Southern Baptist," because we were not Southern Baptist, but they just wanted us kids to experience a Southern Baptist church. And let me tell you,
Oh, okay.
it's a wild time. It's very much so like everyone, I don't know, cake stand coffee before they go in there and run around and preach, and that was his style.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If I had went to church, I would definitely probably go to a more upbeat church.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally. As a kid, even when we weren't visiting my grandparents, we went to church quite a bit and definitely enjoyed the upbeat ones more than some other ones. And we actually, for a long time, we actually went to a First Baptist church, which is pretty fundamental. So they're pretty uh back in the ways sort of situation. So that's a story for another time though. So Mr. Neville gets himself a plane and a pilot license so he can fly all over and preach because he was super committed. Like, if he didn't believe this man was LARPing so hard.
Oh,
Yeah. So, while he got his preaching on, our little friend Miss Gloria was home popping out some kids. She eventually had 16 kids.
Jesus Christ. Did her vagina fall out at that point?
It's
Well, not her
given
vagina, her uterus.
probably like it's given 20 kids and counting. That is some true 20 kids and counting situation feelings cuz like I can't imagine having 16 kids pop out of me.
That's insane.
So insane. During this fly around, preach, pop out some babies, rigmarole, a clear pattern started to emerge with Neville and the ministries that he would go to and try like he would go join a ministry, gain some influence, then he would find somebody to start some beef with, try to take over, leave, repeat over and over again. He really had the vibe of I quit this job because they don't appreciate my genius. You're like, that coworker that is like, I'm so good, like I'm gonna quit because they don't deserve me situation.
Yeah.
And they really kind of suck.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
So finally, in 1967, Neville went home, grabbed up his kids, and went to New Zealand. And I do have to mention, I believe there was an accident, like a van accident, and some of his kids passed away in that accident.
Oh, I mean, at least there's 16 of them, but still sad.
Yeah, there was still quite a few left, but I'm not exactly sure of the details. I didn't look into it too far because otherwise this episode would be 10 years long. So there's a lot of back history on this man. So I had to figure out something. But the remaining kids, they moved to New Zealand with Neville. And by 1968, he was preaching at a church called the Christian Revival Center in Rangoria, I think it's called. And then, shocker, he took over the church.
Hmm.
He gathered followers, and they needed a cool name because, like, every cult has to have a name for their followers, right? So
Obviously.
his was really original, and he called them the Cooperites.
Called them the what?
Cooperites, like his last name with rights at the end.
Cooperites.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
because, like, who needs humility? Especially not Christians.
Right.
And I don't know. I guess as time goes on, we'll have special names for our little following, right?
Oh,
Like,
this is
do you
true.
have any ideas of what they should be? I feel like they should name themselves for sure, but
Oh, yeah.
maybe we could steer them in a fun direction.
Oh, we could. Oh, maybe as we get later in the podcast, maybe we can have people put in recommendations.
Oh, yeah, for sure. People need to think about that. You need to give us good name suggestions. I'm not naming you. As the leader of this cult, I am not naming you co-leader of this cult.
You tell them.
We're not doing a cult. This is a podcast.
I was like, ma'am, there's two of us if we are doing a cult.
Yeah, we're just talking about cults and what we might or might not take from them if we were to maybe, possibly, probably not start a cult of our own.
This is true. It's a theoretical cult.
So these Cooperites, they lived simply. They helped the community. They fixed old cars and like gave them away to people in the community that needed them. They were very wholesome and very helpful. They seemed like a nice group of people.
Yeah, exactly.
But they were also kind of building a commune on the side.
Yeah,
Like
no big deal.
Pinterest board titled Strict Christian Aesthetic Structure, maybe? Like you know how wife is trending so hard right now?
Yeah.
That was this, but back then. They were trad wifing when it was still cool to trad wife. But like they did it so hard. They had uniforms. They were navy blue. Very much so gender roles. Very defined, very strict. While I was watching the documentary, like they talk about it a lot because as they build this cult, they start building manufacturing plants, like different ones. I think they have a plain one, they have a dog food one. And so the men go work in these manufacturers, and then the women work in the kitchen or in the school or in the laundry house. Very traditional roles.
Oh, goodness.
We got to talk about how Neville made it for people to date, have babies, stuff like that, because it's a wild ride. Currently, and as this community was developing, what he would do is if a boy wanted to get married, I say boy, a man, they get married young, but they're not super young. But they have to go to the elders, which of course Neville is a part of, and ask them permission to get married. And if the elders think they are ready to get married, they will say yes. And they will start working on what they call the short list, which is just a group of like a list of women, girls, depending on who you ask, in the cult that they're not biologically related to, so go them for not having, like, incest.
I mean, that's one pro.
Yeah, and that they believe would be ready for marriage, and the men don't get to choose. The women really have no choice, so, like, they ask permission to get married, they're like, "Sure, here's the girl you're gonna marry," because like, they put the list together and then the elders choose from that list. It's not the man trying that wants to get married, it's the elders, and then that man goes to the girl he wants to marry, or he's told he's allowed to marry, and asks her, and she goes back and prays with her family, and then gives a yes or no, but it's almost always a yes. 'Cause that's the only way you're getting married.
Ugh, I don't like that at all.
Yeah, and we'll talk about the weddings here in a minute, but let me get back to how we ended up at the said weddings.
Okay, okay.
So by 1979, Neville's daughter was out. His daughter Faith fled the community with her family because the vibes were getting too culty. And so they were able to acquire land because Neville basically married off two of his elder daughters to a wealthy farm owner and kind of conned him into donating this land to the church, which wasn't legal because Neville wasn't a New Zealand resident or citizen. He was a resident, not a citizen. He was a Australian citizen because he was born in Australia. So that's another thing. But his daughter, who he kind of got the land through, she's like, bye, I'm out. And then in 1990, Neville decides his name needs a glow up, which kind of checks out. I feel like a lot of cult leaders do this. And he also decides his followers needed a name glow up too. So he encouraged faith based names and he changed his to Hopeful Christian.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Yep, he loved him some Jesus. You are correct. He's all about the Jesus. In the docu-series, they have the kids like spilling out their names and it's like chastity, faithful, benevolent, stuff like that, like very just that kind of name. Or like Matthew's, Timothy, whatever, like a Bible book, I'm sure. But it's got to be Jesus approved names. He was like, we all need motivational poster names, is how I feel. But I could go on that forever because some of the names I was just like, what? I went down a rabbit hole with this one, okay?
Oh, jeez.
So then, shortly after, in 1991, Gloria died. This kind of coincided with the community buying new land, so they named it Gloriavale in her honor, and that's where we get Gloriavale from.
Gloriavale.
But this move to the new land, it wasn't easy. It was pretty rough. The winter was brutal. They didn't have very good housing, and New Zealand actually has a core curriculum, like even if you're homeschooled, that you have to learn, which is cool. America, maybe you could take notes. And
Right?
let's just say their education during this move wasn't really meeting those standards. But they moved and, rebuilt their manufacturing, and they like to live they're like I guess I would describe them as dorm rooms or hostels. It's very communal living. They have multiple buildings and, like, shared bathrooms, obviously shared kitchens, like the big one kitchen, but you get depending on your family size, like how many kids are in your family, you get assigned a certain amount of rooms in a chunk of the little hostel, and kids share rooms, and it's just very interesting. And I should say the manufacturing jobs the men have and the cooking, the cleaning, the teaching, all of those jobs unpaid. No one has money in this cult.
What?
Yeah, they don't get paid. All of the money that's earned by the manufacturing jobs or any other way that they gain income to build these structures. Because, like, they build their own houses, the hostels, whatever you want to call it, kitchens, schoolhouses, churches,
Yeah.
like manufacturing places. Like, they're building all of that. I believe they're farming. None of the money from those things that produce income go to a paycheck for the people in this community. All of the money gets put back into the community, sorta. I'm sure Neville's pockets were getting a little heavy, but, you know, all I know is they're not getting paid.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's it's wild. So, they have really clear structure though, like,
Hmm.
the top of the pyramid of this cult is called the Overseeing Shepherd. Currently, that is Howard Temple because our little friend, Hopeful Christian, is no longer with us. Below him, our shepherds are like the elders situation. They call the other ones servants, and then below them, they just call them everyone else. Their core beliefs, uh, okay, they have a website. I'll tell you that.
Oh, okay, okay.
They have a website. I've been. On their website, it says, "We seek to live a practical Christian life that mirrors life in heaven, where there is perfect obedience to God, complete unity of thought, no self will, no arguments or strife, and no sin."
That sounds pretty impossible, and, I don't necessarily know if that's for everyone.
What gets me about this kind of stuff too is especially watching the documentary, which, by the way, if anyone wants to watch it, it's on Prime Video, and they all seem so happy, and that always throws me off in these kind of groups. Like, how are
It's fake. It's totally
what
fake.
exactly? And I know that, but it still seems I don't know, for some reason, it's just wild to me, in a lot of them, and the FDLS, I know it says, "Keep sweet and obeys," kind of was their slogan, and then the Duggars always seem creepily happy, but they're touching kids on the sides, but I don't know what it is, it throws me off when they are like, "Oh, yeah, we love it," and I'm like, "But you say that, and your face says that, but you're a slave. You're not getting paid." I don't know. I just I don't know. So, they've got some interesting practices. I wanna go back to
Yeah.
the marriage. So, we talked about how you have to ask permission from the elders, then you basically get assigned a wife. If she says yes, you're engaged. And so the couple will start courting, and there's no kissing or, like, sex before marriage, obviously. And then I don't even think they're allowed to hold hands or, like, hug. But on the wedding day, their vows are weird. The documentary series definitely has a few weddings in it, and the vows are definitely God comes first. I will obey God by loving you. It's a weird situation. But then it gets weirder. Their costume is to oh, and the girls wear pink. They wear navy blue all the time except for their wedding, they wear pink. And then their custom is to immediately after they say their I do's, go consummate the marriage in a special room in, like, the middle of the commune.
Oh.
Yeah, and they go and do that. Everyone knows they're doing that, and then they go have, like, a dinner.
Oh.
And so they come back all, like, sorta disheveled, like they just did it sorta thing,
What a way to lose your virginity, Jesus Christ.
and everyone knows, and obviously they're like, "Have 10,000,000 kids, it's God's will," and they have on-house midwives so they don't have to go to the hospital, very sheltered, try not to go into town as much as possible, just a whole birthing center, it's so focused on that, but also very strange. I don't know. It's just obviously in cults like these, I feel like it's almost a given that there's going to be some sort of sexual abuse, but oh, it gets weird. It gets weird. So, obviously, as we talk about sexual abuse, we got to talk about kind of it's still around, but it's definitely dissolved. There's not nearly as many members. Lots of them have left. There's multiple girls that have come out with books, done podcasts. I very highly recommend listening to them and reading them because it's so interesting. Like,
Yeah.
to have to deconstruct this life because a lot of them are born into it. A lot of these people were born into this. This is all they ever knew. They obviously had their modest blue dresses for the girls and blue button-up shirt and pants for the boys. And in the documentary, they talk about how they think it's great they look different and they love it, and they just feel snobby almost, is what I'm gonna say. They feel better than everyone else because they're dressed wholly like God. And it's just interesting to watch people be able to talk about deconstructing that, coming back from that, learning to
Yeah.
like other colors besides blue. Like I said, I went through a whole rabbit hole in this one. So let's get into the legal cases that arose from this.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay. I'm ready.
So by 2024, 17 men were charged with physical or sexual abuse, including Neville himself at one point. I didn't look too much into what he was convicted of, but I do know he was convicted at one point of some sort of sexual charge. In 2024, there were still 18 more under investigation. In 2022, we're rolling it back a little bit. In 2022, the government created a multi-agency task force to investigate Gloriavale. Like, meh?
Hmm.
Gloriavale did not pass the test from this investigation. Then the government overturned and they were just like, man, disband. We tried. And Gloriavale is still around. But in 2022 to 2023, Gloriavale lost 2 employment court cases because we talked about a lot, not paying the people for the work they did. And judges ruled that members were workers and not volunteers, and they needed to be paid, which is good because most of their life, if not all of their life, they were working for free, never receiving a paycheck, working longer than 40-hour a week work weeks. And these started them young. Like the boys start young. They go to school basically to learn whatever trade they get told they're going to do because they don't get a picket. They just get told what trade they're going into. And then they teach them in school and they go and do it all for free. In 2023, the police also announced an investigation for labor servitude and slavery. So not only were they not getting paid, but they were indentured servants. Like, I don't know, slaves, like they definitely, it was worse than just not getting paid.
Well, it was basically child labor.
Yeah, exactly. And so they investigated the school and the school failed the registration criteria New Zealand has. They weren't teaching the correct uh government issued learnings, I guess. And so the teachers were no longer allowed to teach, and just more civil lawsuits have piled up. The
Oh
Royal
boy.
Commission, yes, the Royal Commission has listed Gloriavale as a case of special interest, which is the bureaucratic way of saying, guys, we need to talk. Like, this isn't cool. And that is where I'm going to end it. It is a lot. I could probably go another hour about Gloriaville, but like I said, it's a big one. I There's just so much to this, and maybe we'll do like a revised version later. I just wanted to talk about it because I learned about it and I needed to get this out of my brain. Gloriaville is a place of contradiction. It looks so peaceful. Like, just look up the pictures. It's so beautiful. But there's a community built on devotion and control, and the leader was he was a small man. You should look he I will show you a picture because he really just looks like a little old grandpa, and that he could do no harm, and knowing his name was Neville, I don't know. But yeah, that's Gloriavale in a watered down nutshell.
Well, that was a lot, to be honest. Very interesting, but that was a lot. Wow.
Okay, I'm sending you a picture of Mr. Neville, a very close up picture.
Please do. I need to see this. Oh my god, he does. He just looks like some little grandpa. He kind of, if he was a cartoon character, I would almost think he was Squidward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they believed in corporal punishment, don't get me wrong. So, that little old grandpa, he was beating some kids.
Fortunately, I feel like it's a lot of the older generation that we are surprised by that we see these things happening.
He was sentenced to 6 years in prison in September 1994 for cruel and bizarre sexual offending under the guise of education or preparation for marriage.
Oh.
Yeah. He liked weird sex things happening. I definitely knew that.
Ugh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he definitely touched little girls. So definitely, there was definitely, like, I don't know. I feel like, unfortunately, a lot of these groups, it goes without saying that there was touching of little girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just, yeah. But yeah, I'm sorry for talking your ear off, but thank you for letting me get that out. And I, there are a few things I would keep from this, right? Like, if we were per se to take this cult off leave, which we should also have a name for. We need to come up for a name. People, tell us what a good name for our cult is and what a good name for our followers are.
Yes.
We need both.
We do. All suggestions, bring
Uh,
them our way. And we'll tell you towards the end of the episode how to do that.
I'm not mad at their uniforms, to be honest, because, like, they almost look like comfortable moo-moos and they're navy blue, so I'm not really mad about that.
Yeah, me either.
So I guess I guess I would maybe say that. I honestly kinda love the self-sufficiency of them. I don't like the not paid thing, but, like,
But they were like financially
self-sufficiency?
stable for the group.
Yeah,
Kind of,
and
but yeah. And I mean, I guess they all kind of had like a clear I'm trying to find pros. As like they
yeah,
kind of had a clear identity and purpose. I mean, the strong communal support system.
yes, yeah, exactly. I really like the communal support. I like that they seem to work together. I didn't mention this, but I feel like maybe I should. They put on like a play every year for the community with dinner, like for outside people to come in and watch their little play with costumes and singing and dancing and dinner. I'll say I like that. That sounds fun. They called it like community engagement.
Hmm.
In the beginning, I really liked that they were fixing the cars and giving them to people that need it, like, outside of themselves, so they were doing good for the community.
Yeah.
So there are some things, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I could think of, and that's really grasping.
Yeah, should we go into our cunty cultist of the week?
Let's do it.
Alright, so, cunty cultist is where we're going to be rating from 1 to 5 how we feel about this particular cult. Like, if we would join, like, 5 is we're signing up, give us the papers, get us the bonnet, we're going in. 1 being like, dude, you couldn't get me to even look their direction. Like, I don't even want to know about them ever again. Wipe my brain. Like, I am not joining. And we talk about why. So, Sarah, Gloriaville, what's your rating?
Um, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. My main reason is, besides the free labor, is I don't want kids, and I don't want to be forced to have children. Like, that's just especially like 16 children. That's not for me, man. But I mean, it's the forced marriage, the gender oppression, them exploiting the shit out of them for labor, isolating them. There's a bunch of sexual abuse in there, shunning. Sounds toxic. It's toxic as fuck, and a lot of trauma for those individuals.
Oh, yeah.
So earlier, like, it was literally grasping for prose. So I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5.
You know, I gotta be there with you. I will say I like I will give it a 2, but only because I really like the aspects we did find of helping the community and
Yeah.
self-sustaining kind of situation. But oh boy, would I not do well if somebody told me who and when to marry and why? Um, I would say no thank you.
Yeah, and then immediately be like, "Hey, I know it's terrifying and you know nothing about sex, but go do that in a room." Like, what?
Will we all wait?
Yeah, and I mean, don't I could go down a rabbit hole on this, like, just this poor children, just literally children, have no idea what
Children.
they're doing, and let's be realistic, if you're kinda getting more into it, like, this just sounds painful.
Painful. You know they're not on birth control and they think they need to get pregnant as fast as possible.
Mhm.
Obviously, in these kind of fundamental teachings, they are really taught consent isn't a thing. Like, women cannot consent before they're married. Their fathers are in charge of their decisions. After they're married, their husbands are.
It's a lot of rape.
Yeah, exactly. And just, yeah, no,
It's
thank you.
so sad.
It is really sad. It's infuriating. It's still happening. And honestly, I feel like I really wanted to talk about this. I really wanted to put this on the podcast. I really want to put funny spins on it. But at the same time, like, what the fuck, guys?
I know, and it's terrifying. 'Cause I mean, just thinking about, like, where we're at now, just being a woman in today's society, it just feels like we're backpedaling so much into this old fucking patriotic shit.
Right.
And it just overall is just not a feel good to be a woman nowadays, let alone to have to be in a cult like that.
And
It's
I don't know.
yeah.
It definitely, the premise of this show is there a cult that, or a cult-like atmosphere that is not bad, right? That doesn't delude into sexual abuse or financial abuse or weird dominance fantasies of control. Like, can there be just a cult that doesn't harm but does good? Like a group of people that come around without religious abuse to do good and maybe garden?
Right?
That sounds great.
Like some just like good homesteading, good sense of community.
Yeah, I don't know. It just that's what this podcast is about. We're going to talk about the shitty ones to see if we can build a good one. Maybe we'll find some good ones. Give us ideas. Maybe that's how I go into how to contact us. Would you like to take that away, Sarah?
I sure can. So let's go back to how we were wanting to get suggestions for names, but also like we want to hear stories from you guys. It doesn't have to be necessarily cult related. It can be something spooky that happened, something funny that happened. Like, we just love it. So if you want to email us over at cultonleave@outlook.com, we'd love to hear, well, we'd love to read all about it. And while you're at it, if you want to follow us, we're on most major social medias, like Twitter, I think it's X now, whatever. We're on Instagram. I think we're on
Patreon.
TikTok. I know we're on
Not
Patreon.
for like, you can't
Um,
subscribe to us. Well, I guess you could subscribe to us, but like there's no uh subscriber benefits, like the paid Patreon. You know what I'm talking about. People know. People know.
Exactly. I mean, we're brand new at this. We're just doing this for fun. We don't have any sponsors. We're not asking for money.
Yeah.
We just want to spread the word so we can keep doing this fun hobby that we have. And our handle on everything is Cult on Leave. So we'd really appreciate it if you gave us a follow, a like, a comment. It's just more interaction spreads the word, and that's what we're hoping for.
Also, I'm totally down for send us your stories, but also like send us your fucking secrets. I want to call it confessionals. Like, let's make it an email confessional. Like,
Ooh.
email us your confessionals. Say you want it to be anonymous. If you want it to be anonymous, please do not be sending us secrets you want us to spill, but not telling us that you don't want us to spill who's telling them. But I think that would be so fun.
Yeah. That'd be a lot of fun.
So send us your secrets. I want to hear them. I want to know.
We do. We'll have to think of like a cool little like subsection or something for it, like a cool name.
Confessionals.
I know, but I want something a little more cunty.
Cunty confessionals?
We'll work on it.
Okay. All right. So with that, remember, stay snackish, stay cozy, and stay slightly feral.
This has been Colt on Leave. Bye, guys.
Bye.